back with another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live. Your favorite Compas got you covered with all of our NFL Week 13 takeaways. Um, Pretty interesting that Kiffin does it again. He has the 5 worst exits of all of in the history probably of coaching, and he did it again. But obviously, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Wait, Fernando. So, is this what are we gonna do? What the NFL reporters are doing, chiming in about college football when they don't know anything about college football, and they're gonna ask me for my thoughts here when I don't know crap about the portal or the NIL rules or how coaches get paid? Like, I'm so fed up with NFL personalities being asked about the Lane Kiffin saga. Well, you don't know anything about college football, but I just want to put that out there. I'm annoyed about that. Stop asking Schefter and Stephen A about Lane Kiffin. You know nothing about college football, but sorry.
Well, I just thought it was funny, like reading up all the stories from like reporters from Ole Miss and everything, and then seeing the videos of the kids like flipping them off and all that stuff.
Everybody's bad. I saw Bill Cowher how like, oh my god, think about the kids. Shut up. Like,
yeah, nobody cares about
college football. Every year some rich coach is gonna leave. Every year some snobby kid's gonna leave for more money. It's just what it is.
You know what's funny though? But Rich Eisen said it today on his show, and I forgot about this. He's like, did you guys know in 2021, today or yesterday in 2021, a certain individual named Brian Kelly was in the house of Tobias Merriweather. He was a receiver at Notre Dame. He's like, he was trying to recruit him. He was in his kitchen eating burnt ends, hanging out. He tells the Merriweather family, and this is what Tobias's dad said. He said he excused himself for about 20 minutes. He comes back in, and he's like, well, thank you guys for everything. He's like, he served himself 3 times on burnt ends. Gets up, takes his offensive coaches with him, leaves. He's like, Tobias's dad 20 minutes later gets a text, hey, Brian Kelly's headed for LSU. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And he texts him, and that the coach, same as Dino when the whole London thing came up, he's like, that Brian Kelly texted the dad back, fucking bullshit. No truth to that. 6 hours later, 12 hours later, he's meeting with his team, telling him, hey, I love you guys, but I'm out. So
why is everybody so pissed off about it? This is college football in a nutshell.
The funniest part is that Lane Kiffin said, whoever's not on that effing plane, they're not coaching with me in Baton Rouge. I'm like, this is like Lane's turning I know, but he's turning himself into one of the biggest villains, and I'm all for it. You know, I love villains.
Yeah, but at least it's consistent. But people want to act like, okay, for 10 months out of the year, we're a family. Football and faith, the 3 F's here. And then for 2 months, everybody for themselves, the college portal before college football playoffs, go. And it's like, this is why I don't really care about college football. I don't like, I liked it before, but then I don't understand it at all now. And it's like, I just wait till the playoffs are set, and then there's bowl season, and that's all I care about.
They lost Hilberto, and they lost Nick Saban, and then they lost Hilberto. So
I remember the whole BCS mess, and I thought that was complicated, and that was actually better, but whatever.
Remember, they used to only choose they used to choose the national champion before.
Pretty much.
And now it's, the 1 and the 2. Now it's, 12 teams get in there and duke it out. By the way, Arch Manning
and the 15 team are crying. I'm like, everybody has some sour grapes about everything in college football.
# put Texas in the playoff. I want to see Arch Manning in the playoff. Yes. Nope. We're not doing that. I want to see Arch Manning. But all right.
Yeah, let's get into the football program, but I like how everybody's pretending to know about it, but whatever.
Oh, I don't know shit about it. I just love it. I'm for the shit housery. All right, we'll give you our takeaways on the Chargers game against the Raiders. Herbert injures his hand, and obviously the Rams being stunned in Carolina. That was crazy to see that. I remember everybody was kind of stunned in the eating area of SoFi Stadium when Carolina ended up beating the Rams. But hey, that's just what the NFL is nowadays. But all right, Gilbert, first off, the Charger. Oh, my bad. Do you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
I do. Which Super Bowl contender had the worst Week 13 loss? And honestly, anybody's Super Bowl contender this year. The Broncos who've been crapping on have a chance. The Panthers who have been crapping on have a chance. If you're like within a game out of the playoffs, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. It's wide open. I actually am enjoying it. I love the chaos that happened, but the Colts lost, the Chiefs lost, the The Eagles lost. The Lions lost. The Ravens lost. I don't know who else lost. But by the way, one team not a contender. Steelers. Yeah. No, I don't want to see you let go of Mike Tomlin. Let's move on.
The Ravens don't want to win either. They lost on Thanksgiving night to the Joe Burrow-led Cincinnati Bengals.
All my annoyances, and you know who the team that I forked like 10,000 times, who has a chance? The Bengals. They're 4-8 because nobody wants the AFC North Championship. So yeah, keep them
They have
alive.
to win out. Yeah, we'll see. All right, Gilbert, let us go now and talk about the LA Chargers. They end up beating the Los Angeles Raiders 31-14. Justin Herbert 15-20, 155, 2 touchdowns. Kimani Vidal 25 carries, 126. Jared Patterson 11 carries, 54 yards. Both of them scored a touchdown. On the other side, Gino 18-23, 165, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Gilbert, obviously after the game, Jim Harbaugh announced that Herbert had broken this part of his hand, the outside part of it, when he fell to the ground. Well, he didn't say why, but probably when he fell to the ground. Herbert did say he had a cast on it, and then Dan and I kind of zoomed into it yesterday. He had this part taped like this, and he had his fingers kind of separated. So as of right now, I think right now he's having surgery on that hand. They fully expect him to play. Oh, no, sorry. They expect he's going to prepare as if he's going to play. Jim said today that Trey Lance is also going to get some work in this week. Dr. Chow, obviously, we all know, he said on Twitter that, from what I saw in his video, he said the quack himself said that that he thinks Herbert will be better than what he was yesterday in the game. He said playing like that with it broken is tough. He's like, on Monday, he's going to have it surgically repaired. Herbert should feel fine and feel ready to go. So I fully expect Herbert to play on Monday. I think that there's no way he doesn't play. And then on top of that, what was the other thing? Oh, Raiders players kept on trying to go at it. Like they kept on running past him and they kind of check him and kind of smack it a little bit, which I thought that was pretty interesting. But look, I know that the Raiders are a bad team. I know that they've lost, but even Adam Hill and some of these other guys, beat reporters on the Raiders, they were telling me, hey, the Raiders actually have a very good run defense. So for these guys to be able to run the ball on them, that was pretty impressive. And I'm kind of like, really? Like I was a little bit surprised, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, the Raiders, that was pretty interesting, Gilbert. I don't know what way you want to take it. You want to take it the Justin Herbert route or the Raider route, but the floor is yours for this.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about the Raiders right now. They are doing what they're supposed to do, tanking, losing games, and then fire Pete Carroll at the end of the year, and then we'll move on. But with Justin Herbert, like I get it. They handled business, and credit to them for doing that in a week filled with upsets. But like, you're about to get to the hard part of the schedule: Philly, Dallas, Houston, Denver, Kansas City, and your guy is playing with one hand, and you're kind of actually lucky that it was on the other hand, not the throwing hand.
Yeah.
And you still have a bad O-line, but hey, it was a good sign that they were able to run block and run against, I guess, a very talented run defense, apparently. But
that's what they were saying, not me.
And I shouldn't be so quick to say, okay, the Chargers are going to really struggle against this tough schedule because, like we
Gilbert,
just
Super Bowl favorites. I apologize. Rams number 1, Seahawks number 2, Bills number 3, Packers number 4, according to DraftKings Sports.
I was really hoping to be the Denver Broncos so people could lose their minds. And yeah, so it kind of felt like a week where, like, all right, ignore everything that happened. Let's pretend it's back to the beginning of week 12 or week 13, and let's just move on. Okay, everybody lost here. It would not be the Denver Broncos being the favorite here. Like, nobody wants to give this team credit, which I think is a little funny. But going back to the Chargers, I can't just assume loss, or like they're going to beat a couple of these teams. It's just I don't know which order. Would it be enough to make the playoffs? And at this point, you probably need to have, like, Dan wants 11 wins. That's probably the minimum to get 12.
I think 2 more.
2 more.
I think 10. I think 10 gets them in.
I don't know, because you might get 3 teams from the AFC South. The Chiefs are not fully dead yet. And I know the Ravens and the Steelers stink, but what if they win 3 out of 4 or what? 4 out of the last 5?
I think Houston's going to put the final nail in that Chiefs coffin this weekend.
Okay, well that kind of still
They're
leaves.
saying that Simmons and what's his name are not going to play his tackles.
I just don't see 10 wins being enough. Like it, that means you're saying Indianapolis is going to completely fade and go
Yeah.
2-3, then the rest of the way.
What have they done the last
But
they
also, the Chargers
yeah.
lost the tiebreaker to Indy. Say they go 2-3, they're not going to
No, but the
go
Chargers have the conference.
1-4. But it's head to
Chargers
head.
have
Say they're 7, they're fighting for 7, and they go head to head. They lose that right there. What it was Jacksonville?
yeah.
They lose it right there. It's tough, but I just think 11. You're saying 10. I could be wrong. Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, their schedules are freaking hard. I think Indy plays like the 49ers and also Seattle. Jacksonville still has to deal with the Broncos and their own divisional schedule, so it's very difficult. But again, yeah, maybe if you're right, Fernando, if they go 2 out of 3 and they get a playoff spot, that's going to be a blessing for this team that's just wounded. Maybe
it just seems like everybody keeps on like there's no like nobody's on a hot streak. Nobody's do it. That's why I'm going with 10, just because everybody kind of feels like, oh, it's going to be 11. I kind of feel like teams are going to keep on losing. Like, what's
each
it
other
called?
up.
Buffalo still needs to go to New England. They still need to
Philly.
They still need to go to Philly. They still need to still play out Browns isn't going to be a given, not because of Shador. That defense is going to beat them up.
I know 3 out of 2 or 3 out of 5.
Oh, they play the Bengals this Sunday,
which is not a gimme, but I know. But I don't know. Joe Burrow's back. I'll give him credit for that. But yeah, 3 out of 2 to 3 out of 5 seems right to me. Going 3-2 seems right, which is not even a good record, but it's hard to go 4-1 over the next 5 weeks with all these teams right there. And there's going to be probably 2 really good teams that are going to miss out. Same thing in the NFC, like the Lions, man. My Lions might be screwed. So overall, it's going to lead up to good football. So yeah, I shouldn't completely crap on the Chargers for their difficult schedule because it's never predictable. Maybe they go 4-1. I don't know. But like you've been saying, Fernando, like at some point, Herbert's going to take like a big shot where he's not able to play for a couple of weeks, and then you're pretty much doomed here. And he gets hit every single week. There is some kind of injury. They were lucky it was only a left hand, but man, it's gonna. I know what did Dr. Chow say? I forgot his name.
He just basically said that he feels like Herbert's gonna be fine just because.
Get it. But it's gonna be some limitations. You're having one hand out there, but and I'll say
no. The limitation I think is gonna be under center.
Yeah, and that's when you run the football well. So maybe you kind of switch in Trey Lance every now and then, and it'll be fun to see. Maybe they do that for Monday Night Football, and you got me thinking that, Fernando. But
I mean, the play action, I just don't know if you trust that full to drop back and throw. Like that's one guy I would not want to drop back. Like if you had Tyrod Taylor or one of these other guys, like maybe, but Trey Lance just, I don't know. But
it's gonna be tough, man. Honestly, the only thing that I feel like that's going in this playoff season is like, or about to be playoff season, it's like if you have a really good defense, you're probably getting the advantage. And I think you said that already, Fernando. Like Houston looks like it has an advantage, Green Bay has an advantage, Denver has an advantage. It's like in the season filled with surprises, like go with the sure thing, and that's the defense right now.
But I know you guys are saying that they lose the tiebreaker. That I get it, but like right now,
if it's a 3-way tie, then you're right.
Well, they're the 5th seed because of the conference. They're 7-2 in the conference.
So, but if it goes to just 2 teams, that's when it's head to head. But when it's 3 or 4, then you go into more of the other shit.
Yeah. But I mean, well, the problem is too, they are tied up with the Colts and with the Buffalo Bills when it comes to record. I think this weekend
Buffalo didn't even play Indianapolis or the Chargers, right? That's kind of weird. But yeah,
no. My thing is the Colts. They play at Jaguars this Sunday. Then they go to the Seahawks. The 49ers come there. Then the Jaguars come there. Then they go at the Texans. The one that could free fall and lose all 5 games is them.
With the Colts?
Yeah, Danny Dimes has come back.
It's a pretty difficult schedule. And then Sauce Gardner got hurt too.
Yeah, and I think they still haven't beaten Jacksonville in years. I don't think they've.
Oh, wow.
I think it's been a couple of years since they've done that. But Houston, I do agree with you.
Jacksonville twice, and then those 2 other non-conference.
The crazy part is this weekend's huge for the Texans and the Chiefs because the Texans are 6-2, the Chiefs are 3-4 in the conference. The Texans are the 8th seed, and the Chiefs are the 10th seed. If the Chiefs beat the Texans, then they're both 7-6, but the Texans have gotten knocked down a peg because they'd be 6-3 in the conference. So I mean, there's a lot of math to do with this, but the Texans basically need to win, be one of those teams that wins out as well. But I really think that this weekend, the loser of that game isn't making the playoffs.
Oh, put it this way. Like, I think Houston has an advantage because they have a defense. And we saw yesterday with this crappy, which actually was kind of a fun game, a Washington-Denver game. Like, Bo Nix couldn't do anything, but they kept having a good defense to like, okay, you're going to win by 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. Doesn't matter. You're going to find a way to win. And I think that's what Houston has too right now. Yeah. And they have 2 crappy games, one against Arizona, one against the Raiders. That's 2 victories right there. That's 9 wins at least. So they have to go, maybe win 2 out of 3 against the good teams. And I think they could do it. But yeah, you're right. 4 out of 5. We're doing all the math here. It's pretty hard, but they have 2 gimmies, I feel like. But again, the Rams just lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Cardinals are playing. They're both playing at Houston. So
yeah, I can see that defense just bailing out the offense, and okay, let's call it a day and get a couple of victories here.
Yeah, I'm just, man, the math of it all. I find it hard for Jim Harbaugh's club to lose 5 in a row, so I'm not going to go that route.
No way.
But
I see 3-2 or 2-3 the next 5 weeks.
I see more 2-3 than I see 3-2.
And you say that's enough, which I think it's pushing it, but you never know.
But I think enough, like 7th seed enough. Like you just barely got in. The only thing is that they're kind of
waiting for Denver in the first round. That'd be fun.
They're waiting for their outlier. They're waiting for Justin Herbert underwent successful surgery today. That's all. Yeah, they just tweeted it out. Okay. The thing is that they're waiting for Omarion. I kind of feel like Omarion might be able to stabilize some stuff, but I'm interested to see what he looks like because Philly's run defense was terrible last Friday. Philly's run defense has been terrible the last few weeks. Point. So I feel like that's what they're going to try and do. But the thing is, if Herbert can't go under center, then are you really going to run the ball from shotgun? Like they're just gonna crowd the ball.
Put your Lance, man. Put Lance for a little bit, see if that works. Just run the football. Yeah, you're gonna throw much, I guess, but
so like every time, so like I had said that yesterday, and somebody looked at me like if I was nuts. So anytime you're gonna go under center, you bring him in.
It's gonna be predictable, but yeah, maybe don't do it like in that kind of way where it's just like he gets a full series, so you don't know if you're gonna drop back or run the football. But I don't know. I do want to see something creative though.
They called it to stabilize a fracture in his left hand. Stabilizing a fracture. Interesting. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting game. I think yesterday they blitzed a lot more. I feel like that's what you're going to have to do, especially against the Eagles. They're going to have to blitz and just get after Jalen Hurts. I was impressed with the way they were able to like slow down Genty yesterday.
That's the Raiders, Fernando.
Oh, no, I know. But I thought, what's funny? Yesterday, Adam was like, do you know how many runs of plus 20 yards Ashton Genty has? And I was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5. He goes, 1. I was like, oh,
I'm sure he's taking his victory lap because he said that.
That's Megma 59. I didn't get that off of Pop. I got it off of the Chargers sent an email.
Hey, real quick, I do want to give Adam credit because I feel like he keeps nailing the Raiders first round pick analysis. He said they should not draft Tyree Wilson. I remember that, and he's like, he's not good. I watched him in college. He's not good. He was right.
Don't you remember he said it on a radio station the night before the draft?
How crappy he was.
He's like, they're like, who do you think is the biggest bust in this draft? He's like, Tyree Wilson.
He nailed it. And then and then this year he kept writing columns like, don't go for Genty, and people were giving him crap. And he's a good player, but it's like you're not in the right
Ashton Genty is running back. Yeah, you needed like a Detroit Lions situation where the offensive line's ready to go.
Yeah, Gibbs in there, plug them in, and go.
Exactly.
Gilbert, I know we're going running backs and off topics, but Bijan's going to be like Saquon Barkley, just being wasted and goes on somewhere else.
Dude, they're so bad. I don't know. I don't even know why you went with the Jets, but the fact that you did, I was like, wow. And like they ended up winning.
Kirk Cousins not good, man. And no Drake.
No, I know, but I thought they would at least with Bijan have enough to like win the football game or whatever.
It's like 1 against 11, and I took my odds.
Yeah, no, I get it. Gilbert, on the other side, the Rams end up going out to Carolina for that 10 a.m. game that seems to be haunting the Chargers and the the Rams. Two of their losses are in the 10 a.m. window, I believe. The Eagles game and
Oh
the
yeah.
Eagles were at 125.
No, I think that was the early game. That was a 10 a.m. game.
Oh, it was a 10
Yeah,
a.m.
10.
game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, why is this game so early? But yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Carolina special. Nobody's watching at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, sure. All right. So obviously the Rams get out to a fast start. Ronnie Rivers returned a kick, set him up in pretty good range, and then Devontae Adams, another 2 touchdowns. Jesus. I think he has like 12 or 13 on the year. 14. Jackson ends up picking off what's his name? Matthew Stafford returns one. He got another one picked in the end zone, which was tipped up. McMillan had that great touchdown at the end with 3:24 left. Bryce Young went 15 to 20. A bust, Bryce Young, who you said is a bust. 200 passing. Excuse me. 3 touchdowns. On the other side, Matthew Stafford, 18 to 28, 243, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. What did you make of this game?
They blew it. They blew an opportunity here, and I know I was pretty critical of this game, and I know that I shouldn't beat up a team for losing to any team in the NFL, especially this week. But a lot of teams did not have what the Rams had ahead of them. You have the number 1 seed. You're also in a very competitive NFC West. Like you don't have the luxury of being like Tampa Bay, who get to deal with the crappy Panthers, or you don't have to be like the 2-team race there and New England and Buffalo. There's 3 teams in the NFC West. San Francisco's back in it because you couldn't handle business. By the way, San Francisco beat up on Shadur Sanders. That video of Jerry Jeudy trying to give Shadur some pointers, like, sit down, Jerry Jeudy, you're not good. Anyways, and then Seattle beat up on this no-name Timothy Chalamet, lookalike from the Vikings. They destroyed them. So now you have a three-team race. You also lost to a team within the conference, and also the team still in the mix is Philadelphia, a team that you lost to, by the way, head-to-head. And then also the Bears just refuse to lose, and people are saying they're going to fade. Well, we said that about Denver too, and they haven't faded. But I think to them, this is a pretty monumental loss where it's going to affect them. Like, I don't know if Seattle's going to lose again, but hey, the Rams could beat them again one more time. You don't have to worry about that. San Francisco's still there, which you split. You might have to go off of tiebreakers. To San Francisco's credit, Fernando, they've been beating up in the division. They're actually like 4-1, and that matters when you have to win the division title. So all these scenarios are in my head, like, you blew it, Rams. You should have beaten the Panthers. So when you're in a tiebreaker scenario, you lose these tiebreakers, point to week 13 in Carolina. So other than that, I won't even talk about the game. Things happen in a week-to-week league, but you had a golden opportunity and you blew it again.
Well, the problem is the Rams are 4-3 in conference, like you said. Like
it's bad.
They've done a really bad job when it comes to the conference. But when I saw that Chicago was in there, I was like, what are we doing? Like, why?
You're number 1, Fernando. Right now it's Denver and Chicago until New England plays tonight, though.
Like, what topsy-turvy? Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I'm telling you one thing. The Dallas Cowboys are winning on Thursday. They're beating the Detroit Lions.
You're on fire with that team.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and they need it because they're both like in the 8th.
They're both 8 and 9, and but the problem. See, okay, 11 wins. I think for the NFC, you're going to need 12
for
wins.
sure. Yeah, maybe
you're going to need 12 wins to.
The 7th has 9 wins already.
I know. The crazy part is too, Gilbert. The Rams are going to have to go up to Seattle in a couple weeks.
That's not a gimme at all.
I cannot wait to see that. That's going to be a fun.
Sam Darnold's revenge here.
I can't wait to see you on the show the next day.
And I don't care if the Seahawks are against Carolina.
I don't care if the Seahawks are leading the NFC West. They still suck. I can't wait for that. But
I'll take the Bears any day. But we'll see.
I'll tell you one thing. I thought it was a bad game to lose just because it's a conference game. You could have been 5-2 in the conference. You would have set yourself up in a pretty nice way.
The Bears are 6-2, by the way, in the conference.
Huh?
The Bears are 6-2
Yeah.
in the conference.
But they're 1-2 in the division. That's what's crazy
Yes,
about
yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
them. Going back to the Rams, it was bound to happen. I mean, like the Patriots, they need to suffer a loss too. Like there's teams that need to suffer losses to kind of once you're writing these winning streaks. Like Denver right now is on a huge winning streak. I think they've won 10 in a row or something like that. Like I think their last loss was against the Chargers. So they need to suffer a loss to kind of get themselves to check themselves in a sense and see, okay, this is where we're struggling in. When it comes to the Rams, though, I did feel like they kind of needed something like this just to kind of get them going again. I really feel like the Rams are still one of the better teams. Again, I know people, especially some Rams fans that usually jump in here, they got mad at you. There was one last week that got mad at you and me because we were mentioning the secondary.
Oh, they shit the bed, by the way. So
Yeah, exactly.
Ted
So
McMillan and Bryce Young carved them up.
yeah,
Bryce Young carved them up.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear anything about, our secondary is good. Our secondary is good. I really don't believe that their secondary is that good. I think they need some help on it. I know they keep on bringing guys in from the practice squad, doing all this shuffling, but I just don't think that
they're going to start in Tampa Bay on the road in the wild card game because they lost to Carolina. I'm telling you right now.
You said what?
They're going to start in Tampa Bay wild card weekend because they lost to Carolina. 4-5.
Will they win that game?
Oh, of course. But then they'll have to go to like Philly or Chicago and then lose in the second round.
Oh, they'd beat Phil. What the hell's Ryan Clark wearing? They would beat Chicago.
That's true. All right. But you play Philly in the NFC title game in Philadelphia. And that's when Carolina lost with Haunt You for reals.
In the cold. All right. That's a good one. All right. Let us move on now to let's see. Where do I want to go?
And yes, good point. Jalen Coker, who I forgot was playing this year, went off against the Rams too.
What did you make of the Chiefs Cowboys game?
Entertaining. And honestly, the most of it, and that's the banner right there. I'm really impressed with Brian Schottenheimer. And I know people like to crap on Jerry Jones, but I'll give him credit when credit is due. And he promoted within. He didn't want to go for the Ben Johnson sweepstakes. Maybe he knew that Ben Johnson was going to Chicago. He didn't even give Bill Belichick a look. It's like he knew.
Because then Tom Brady and the Raiders were embarrassed when certain reporters were reporting, oh, hey, like Ben Johnson of the Raiders is happening. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, no, he's going to Chicago.
Yeah, so there's probably a lot of things behind the scenes and Jerry.
That's what we want. That's what Brady ultimately wanted.
Yeah, they went all in. I know people want to give the Raiders crap for not getting them, but he didn't want to go there at the end of the day. But I think Jerry saw a post that Schottenheimer had within the team, the offense, and he saw the leadership qualities and the way he was able to weather the storm of losing Michael Parsons. Like that's a big loss right away. And yeah, they were crappy for the defensive part at least, but the offense was doing pretty well. That was a benefit from promoting within. There wasn't a lot of turnover. It's kind of learned the different terminology for between him and McCarthy. George Pickens was kind of a head case. He plugged them in right away. He was having a career year. I thought Gilberto was a Kraken fan. What a bandwagon. Hey, I'm going to find a different NHL hat to jump on. So, whatever you want to call me as an NHL hockey fan, that's what I am. I don't care. But yeah, Schottenheimer's doing well. He also had a deal with the brief benching of 2-star players. Like imagine if it was a different coach and CeeDee Lamb and Pickens are like, you're going to bench us. Take a hike, loser. They respected the call and they sat down and they came and balled out. Obviously the tragedy with Marshawn Nealon, that could have derailed a lot of teams, and his leadership qualities came out. Like everything he's doing, on and off the field, decisions, earning respect, schematically, like he's pushing all the right buttons here. I know that Mike Brable might get coach of the year, Ben Johnson might get coach of the year. I know Connor Orr wrote that Dave Canales should be coach of the year, which I could kind of see that one too, because that place was a dumpster fire before he got there. But he's doing well. When you have good coaching and you have the respect of your players and you're being a good leader, and the offense is clicking, and the defense is doing well now too. So Quentin Williams is doing well in that middle. So I still feel like they're just too far away, Fernando. Like you mentioned, it might be 12 victories for the wild card to get in. But you think Dallas could win out? A couple of weeks ago, I thought that was delusional talk, but they have a chance now. I don't know if you're going to ride them the whole time, Fernando. You should have had a bet in Vegas and just bet every single week on Dallas and ride it out. But
I'm
you know,
pissed.
they play Detroit and they win. Maybe you could win out, and that will get you to the playoffs. So if you go 4-1, that'll be 11-5-1. Does that get you into the playoffs? Even that's difficult, Fernando. So if you have to go 5-0 pretty much to have a shot here.
Let's see.
And don't ask me to do the picks. You're the one that's the genius here with Dallas.
At Lions win. At Vikings at Cowboys win. That Chargers game is such a toss-up. I think they'll beat the Commanders and they'll beat the Giants. I think their one loss will be the Chargers, just because the Chargers usually do really well against them.
They'll be 11-5-1. Is that enough?
Yeah. Oh,
sorry. No, so that'd be 10-5-1.
Yeah.
Sorry, 10-5-1. Yeah. I don't know. That's enough.
Look at who a certain individual has as the coach of the year.
Matt LaFleur. Oh, hey, I'll give him credit. That was a big time victory. He went for it. He did not play scared. He went into Detroit and got it. And after everybody was trying to get him fired a couple of weeks ago, yeah, he should take a victory lap here.
I really feel like Marty had a way of being able to talk players down. We all know, no offense, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are shitbirds. Like, they are very erratic. They start complaining. Like, don't you saw what game was it? Was the Eagles game where CeeDee Lamb dropped that touchdown and he starts yapping at Dak like, "Hey, Dak was the reason." That's not that's kind of stuff. But it seems like Brian's done a really good job of kind of calming them down. And obviously this 2-game winning streak is huge for them because they seem like they're getting fired up. And I know you're going to do your sleeping noise, but I really feel like Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams have done a really good job.
They've been a good unit
in that interior, and they took advantage of it. I mean, remember, I think Caliendo, the right guard for the Chiefs. I think he had a 10-point rating on PFF, which obviously
you're one of those guys. You're doing PFF rankings.
No, I just did that for right now, just because I was I'd never seen
115 out of 118.
I had never seen 10. Like, well, no. Oh, you want to go back to the Charger offensive line that McAfee did? That's a good clip.
I saw JJ Watt crapping on it.
I know. So, but I'm not a PFF guy, but I really was surprised that he had a 10. But I'm impressed with the Cowboys, and I feel like they're going to beat Detroit this weekend. This Thursday. There's something that tells me that they are feeling good. And then they just put Tyrion Arnold on IR for like the 70th time. And this guy's only 2 years into his career. They put him on IR. So I think Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are going to go crazy on that secondary. But I'm impressed with them. I was impressed with the Bengals, the way they came out and fought. There's something wrong with Lamar. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know if he just doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is.
He's not even running.
Yeah, he looks terrible. Credit to the Bengals. And I told Tyler Dragon this. I'm like, you're backing a team that just lost to a guy who hadn't played football since the beginning of September.
But it's Joe Burrow.
Who gives a shit? And then there was no T. Higgins. Like,
yeah, good point.
How is this happening? And they ran the ball really well. And then on top of that, I thought the Packers finally settled down. I thought they had a good combination of passing, running the football. I like their defense. Their defense really turned it on.
Micah Parsons came to play.
Yeah, Micah Parsons had 2.5 sacks. I thought they did a really good job. On the other side, on the Friday game, just to go quickly through these, I was kind of impressed by the Bears, not by the quarterback, but by the rest of the team. No, Caleb was throwing some passes that I'm like, I'm going to talk about the Bears. I'm not going to talk about Caleb.
He wasn't needed, though. That's the point.
I know, but the Bears running game has really caught on. They have that rookie, and then they have obviously DeAndre Swift. Their defense played well. I was really impressed with them. I know they couldn't guard AJ Brown, but it seems like the last 2 weeks
Doesn't
they've
matter.
said, okay, AJ, you want to get your catches? Here you go. We're losing games, but there you go. You got your
100
catches
receiving
now.
yards and a touchdown in both games, both losses.
It's incredible. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices to
But
for
I
the
want the
betterment of the
ball.
program.
To my Twitch followers, let me tell you about why I'm so mad about winning all the time. To my Twitch followers.
Last night, I was more impressed with the Commanders than the Commanders keep on showing fight no matter what it is. Like they keep on fighting, whether it's Mariota or it's Jaden Daniels. Like I was really impressed with the fight that they showed. The one thing I will shit on the Commanders for is if you're not gonna block one person, Laramie Tunsil, it needs to be Nick Benito, not freaking Alex Singleton. Like you should have just let Singleton go in, because if Singleton comes in from that side, he gets that pass out and the running back catches it and walks into the end zone. But I mean, it is what it is. The Broncos got what's coming to them. Don't worry. I know it.
We've all been waiting for him. Like you know how you're saying you feel dirty talking about the Bears. I feel dirty talking about the Broncos. But
there is one last game that the Raiders are gonna win. It is when the Broncos come to Allegiant. That's the one game I see them.
Sure, but they've won so much they could afford to lose a game and still win the AFC West. Like that's how
Who
much.
Cares? I just want to. No, I get it. I just want to see them lose one.
But
I just need to.
Let me respond to Jorge. Like it's not that I like Bo Nix. He had a horrendous fourth quarter. He's just like Caleb Williams, very erratic. I wrote about the Broncos and I was gonna give him more credit, and then I saw how they pretty much were trying to lose that game in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, let me just.
He was terrible.
It was, and the
pass right at Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, and the rest were in the way. They were trying to help out Denver, and they were still having to go to overtime. They almost lost on the 2-point conversion, but like you mentioned, Bonito got the hand there. But
well, you heard the ref kept on saying, I don't think that's intentional grounding. I don't think that's it. Like every time that there was a big penalty on the Commanders, the head official, Mike Pereira, or whoever it is, he was like, I don't see that as a penalty. I don't know why they're calling this. And I'm kind of like, so what? Like you're just gonna start like going that route?
We wasted like 5 minutes on the intentional grounding, and they still got it wrong. Like it was a strange game, but I know that it was hard because that was the hard part. Like how I'm gonna give credit to a team that just got bailed out, and they just keep getting
kept on dropping shit.
Yeah, that's true. And that's another play there. I'm glad that they made up when they called the kind of a questionable hold. I think it was a hold on. I forget who was the tackle there. It was a touchdown of somebody in the middle, and they overturned it. They brought it back, and then he went back to McLaurin and got the touchdown there. So it kind of evened out there. The point is, like, all the excuses that we're saying for Denver not being for real, it's like it just doesn't apply for this year. Like, they don't have a superstar quarterback. It doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes is going to be at home probably. Lamar Jackson lost his powers I don't know how, but by making like 3 wishes, and in return he gave away his power to the genie. I don't know. He is not good right now. Something. Justin Herbert has one hand right now. Josh Allen just got smoked by Houston's defense. What's Denver defense going to do to them? Like, it's just, to me, a superstar quarterback for the first time in a long time. And I hate to say, I've always been, you need a quarterback guy. It just doesn't look like it's going to matter this year. Drake May is a star quarterback, but he's also very inexperienced. If he gets in for his first playoff run, good luck with that facing a defense. Like you might have to go through Denver's defense and Houston's defense. And there is, again, one sure thing in a season filled with upsets and chaos surprises is these defenses. So to me, you might get Green Bay and Denver in the Super Bowl, and we spent all season calling them frauds. I hate it. I'm gonna have to eat my words, but like it's just shaping up to be Denver's year. Right now, I would take that defense over New England, and because they lost Will Campbell, and we're gonna see how they do tonight. But it's just I'm done making excuses for that team. If it's Chicago and Denver, so be it. Whatever. People are going to call it the fraud bowl, but somebody's going to win the Super Bowl. I just don't know who's going to be.
I think New England and Denver are really going to fight for that home field because they know they need it. I don't think either one of them can go on the road and go beat. I keep on telling you guys, and I know I might sound like a psycho. I think Buffalo could go into Denver and beat Denver. I truly do. I definitely think that he would pick that defense apart.
We just saw Houston destroy him. Like, that's the same defense. Denver.
No. I think
Houston's defense is much better than Denver.
This is why. Denver doesn't have the nasty streak. They're not nasty. They're a good defense. Houston's defense has that. I don't want to use the T word, but they have that thug mentality. Like they are wanting to hurt. Like they're trying to take your head off.
I'm not going to argue that Houston's better. I just don't think it's that far apart. That's what I'm saying. And
I think there's a little bit
but
of
maybe you're right. Maybe Houston has Buffalo's number, and that's something that Sean Payton and Vance Joseph need to crack with Josh Allen. They got destroyed last year in the playoff. I think it was a wild card, right? So maybe there's something there too. But to me, it's like I'm gonna bet on that defense. And like Love stats are top 5, only 3 receptions. Go Pack, go! Yeah, the same team that lost to the Panthers and the Browns. But again, the NFL is unpredictable here. Yeah, you saved it. I don't know. I really wanted the betting people to have Denver as the odds makers or to have number one.
I agree with you. I really think last time the Broncos they got blown out last year by the Bills. I really think that Denver or New England, I wouldn't be surprised if a 7th seed win. Like if let's just say that the Chargers were the 7th seed and the Patriots were the number 2. I could see the Chargers going in New England and beating
they're inexperienced.
Yeah, exactly. So I really don't think
and that you get Chargers against Denver. They know each other well. I could definitely see that too. It's just I what I'm trying to say, like I think every team has like an even chance to win. Like odds shouldn't matter this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like if the Bills got in as a 7th seed, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make it all the way.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you're right with the Chargers. I've been crapping on them and their hard schedule, but they get in, they're gonna have a chance.
Yeah, anybody that gets in is gonna have a chance. Are you covering this game tonight?
Yeah, I have New York, so hopefully that's good for me.
Let's get in Vic real quick. Let's get one question in, Vic. Vic, how are you doing?
Doing good. Hold on, let me fix this.
Sorry, I didn't have your music. I just wanted to.
No worries. Let's go through this real quick. Let me see what I want to ask you guys. You guys had some good conversation there about the teams, and I'm with you guys. So,
God, what a weird.
Let's go with this one. What team out of the playoffs currently will be in by the end of the season? Gilbert, I'll start off with you.
That's easy. I'm joining the bandwagon. Victor, scoot over on Houston. I think their defense is going to help them win. They're not. I just said this about Carolina and the Rams, but they're not going to lose to Arizona and the Raiders. That's 2 victories right there. So I think that defense can help them win a couple more to get in. They are 1 game behind right now, so they have the most work to do. But I think they're in. I already forked Kansas City a while ago. I'm really losing faith in Detroit. And who's the other teams that was out there?
Yeah, I got Panthers, Cowboys, Texans, Lions, and Steelers. They're all in the mix.
Cowboys are 2 behind. The Carolina's going to crap the bed on week 18 when they play Tampa Bay and lose. They're going to be in it. People are going to talk them up. They're going to lose. So I'll say 1, and it's the only one I have faith in is Houston right now.
Fernando?
Team Jerry Jones.
They're too far behind, dude. But okay.
Not the way everything's going on right now.
They better win now, and you better
the way everything's setting up.
That tie is going to end up helping them.
I know. I really feel I think they're going to win it. Get into the playoffs for some reason.
If they go 4-1, that's only 10-5-1. Like that time might even screw them.
They can do it. Don't worry.
They have to go 5-0.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. True. One more here. I'll go quick with this one here. What has been the best first-year coaching performance? Now, who's going to win Coach of the Year? Which first-year coach has impressed you the most here? And I'll give you some options here. You got Mike Brable, Liam Cohen, Brian Schottenheimer, or Ben Johnson.
I will go with Mike Vrabel just because of the simple fact that last year people thought that Drake May was okay, but they didn't really see much from him. They were like, oh, there was moments. But I think Mike has really flipped this team around. He's gotten rid of players that he's just like that last year they were counting on them. This year he's like, you can kick rocks. I don't really need you. I really feel like Drake made 21 touchdowns, 6 picks, 3,000 yards, 71% completion. The one thing that I was very impressed with from Mike was being able to get Josh McDaniels to come back because that was key for him. So I really feel like the coaching staff that he's put around, and I know their defensive coordinators going through cancer treatment right now, and prayers up to him. But and then Stephon Diggs comes in after a torn ACL. He's looked good at times. I'm really impressed with the job that Mike Vrabel's done, and it just shows you that when you have a coach like that, I mean, anything can happen. So I'm definitely impressed, and I know that they've faced an easy schedule and everything, but you can only face the schedule that you had ahead. You literally went from worst to first, so that's all you can literally ask for. So as of right now, I would go with Mike Vrabel.
All right, Gilbert. Is it going to be Schottenheimer here?
I'll say if Fernando's right and they make the playoffs, it has to be Schottenheimer. Like in a way, I kind of want to discredit Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel because they got first round quarterbacks and they're kind of building off a different coaching staff. Like it happens all the time. It's like Anthony Lynn and Justin Herbert. Here, you're on the best path possible. Oh, I'm getting fired now. Oh, you want to take over what I did? Stadium didn't really do much with that. But I just feel like they were set up to like, let's go all in with Drake May. I do respect that New England didn't wait for Drake May to make the playoffs. It always happens. Like Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud, we made the playoffs with a rookie contract. Let's splurge, just spend everything. Black Friday deals, just go. And they did that before they got to the playoffs. So I kind of, they were thinking ahead. So everything Mike Vrabel was doing, he's my choice right now. And I like that Ben Johnson's been able to kind of scheme around Caleb Williams, and that's kind of a little bit of a knock on him. But he's finding ways to win with Caleb Williams, but he's trying to grow on the fly, which is not easy to do. So I could see all these guys having, a legit shot to win it. But Schottenheimer, man, all the crap he has to deal with, Michael Parsons being gone, a player dying, having to deal with these two wide receiver divas, a crappy defense that just kind of reloaded out of nowhere. And got better. So
then you have a meddling owner that does things without
the pressure. You're called a terrible hire, but if he gets him, like Fernando's saying, then it has to be him.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, he didn't have a fourth place schedule like Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel, so that's a good point by you as well. I know someone that gets kind of overlooked is Liam Cohen. I know they're kind of up and down and all over the place, but I mean, we're talking about the Jaguars in December. Yep. I mean, that's crazy. So, but that's all I have for you guys here. But yeah, good show.
Okay. Appreciate everybody so much for jumping on. Don't forget tomorrow, the 4 Compas show. No Dan, but we will be having a special guest jumping on. So make sure you guys tune in. That show will start at 4:30. Our special guest will jump on 4:45. And tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about, what Gilbert and I got into over the weekend. I was at multiple different places,
right.
So do want to get into a little bit of that. But yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Can you imagine if he was in here? But definitely appreciate everybody. You guys are the best, Gilbert. Angel, I don't know about What's Up Bolts. I'm still deciding because it's a weird week this week. So I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning what I decide. Our special guest tomorrow might have to jump on with me to preview that show, but we'll get into that.
Wow.
Let's give one more.
Oh yeah, that comment? Oh, of course, I like it.
But definitely appreciate everybody. You guys are the best. Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, I think Robert must be a USC fan because he's trying to praise Caleb Williams he was not good on Black Friday. It was a Russian attack. But I digress. Time to get going. Ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.